Good morning, students. Myself Akash Naroya. Roll number is 1 from Government College of Education, Akola. So, as we have seen in the last class, the basic part of tissue and a type and a part of a plant tissue. So, have you seen animals? Okay. So, what kind of animals you have seen? Like lion, parrot. Parrot is not an animal; it is a bird. Goat, dog. What is the difference between plant cell and animal cell? Means plant tissue and animal tissue. So today we are going to learn about animal tissues. What are animal tissues? All the tissues living in animals are living. So their growth is uniform all over the body. As the tissue as the tissues are growing up, the growth of our body gets growing up. Due to extensive body mobility, these tissues require more energy and maintenance. Means as plants cannot move from one place to another, they need less maintenance. As we can move from one place to another place, or animals can move from one place to another place, they need more amount of energy and more maintenance. The organ system in animals are highly developed as compared to the plant. Animals' organs are highly developed. Again, we have different types of animal tissues. There are 4 types of animal tissues. First is epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissue, and fourth one is nervous tissue. So these are the classification of animal tissues. First is epithelial, muscular, connective, and nervous. Nervous tissues are also called as nerve cells. In these epithelial tissues, we have squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, and glandular. In muscular, again it is divided into 3 parts. First is striated, smooth, and cardiac. In connective, these are divided into 3 main parts: fluid, skeletal, and proper. In fluid, blood and lymph, skeletal, bone, cartilage, and proper tissues are like areolar, adipose, ligaments, and tendon. Okay. Next. So first we will see epithelial tissues. What are the epithelial tissues? They are the protective tissues of a human body. They are what? They are protective tissues. They covers many organs and cavities that are present inside the body. They are what is epithelial tissues? They are protective tissues. Means they cover our internal organs of the body. Where are the epithelial tissues found in the human body? Where they are, we can find these tissues. We can find these tissues in the blood vessels, in the mouth, kidney, skin, and lungs. So the structure and function of the epithelial tissue. What are the structure and functions of the epithelial tissue? The main function of epithelial tissue is to act as a barrier and separate different organs and system from each other. Means what does it do? The main function of this tissue is to separate our body organs and from one system to another system. There is no space between the cells of epithelial tissues. There is no space. Means all the tissues or all the cells are highly tidy with each other. The cells are permeable. This makes it possible for them to exchange materials between different parts of the body and also between the body and the external environment. What does it mean? They are permeable. Means it is possible to make the exchange of a material from one part to another body. Again, what we can do, we can move our body from one place to another place, and we can adjust with our external environment. The last is the epithelial tissues remain separated from the tissues because of the thin membrane over them. All the tissues are separated, they are not getting together because of the thin membrane over them. So there are mainly four types of epithelial tissues. So first is simple squamous epithelium. It means in cell-lining body blood vessels, our lung, alveoli, where transportation of substances occur through selectively permeable surface, there is a simple, flat, extremely thin kind of epithelium which is named as simple squamous epithelium. See this diagram, it is a flat surface, it is a thin, and all the cells are highly tied together. Then again this next part of the body is terrified squamous epithelium. See, we can define these two. It is a thin layer, only it is a thin and flat surface with this. In this in this we have number of layers one over another. See, here we have only single, here we have number of layers of squamous epithelium. See, this is the first layer, this is second, this is third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Means as per the layers depends on one another. That is why it is known as stratified squamous epithelium. Next. Cuboidal epithelium. As the name suggests, cuboidal. Cuboidal means it is a size which is a shape. It is having a shape of cube, as we have seen cube. So it has a structure like cube. That is why it is known as cuboidal epithelium. In this shape, this is a cuboidal in shape and form lining of kidney tubules. It is present in the kidney of human body. In some cases, a portion of the epithelial tissues folds inward to form a multicellular gland. This is called as glandular epithelium. Means it folds itself and it provides a number of blocks to provide glandular epithelium. It performs a function of secretion and absorption. It is used to absorb something from a body and to extract the waste material from the body. The last is columnar epithelium, where absorption and secretion occurs as in the inner lining of the intestine are present and named as columnar epithelium. Means when we absorb or secretion of the body takes part, the columnar epithelium is present in that body. In the respiratory, on an outer surface of epithelium cells there are highly called cilia. Means this is the cilia. So this cilia can move and their movement pushes the muscles forward. Type of epithelium, it is named as ciliated columnar epithelium. Next, see, we can differentiate all the types of epithelium tissue. The structure of simple squamous is they have dilated cell lining and possess a flat thin structure. Stratified, it has several layers arranged one over it. In columnar, all the layers are arranged in a column shape. All the tissues are arranged in a column shape. In ciliated columnar epithelium tissues which have cilia present on them. The cilia present on the tissues, it is known as a ciliated columnar tissues. They are cuboidal, they are cuboid in a shape which are involved in absorption and secretion of the waste material. Glandular, these are special gland cells that can secrete substances. It is found in human kidney, it is found in the skin, it is found in intestine, it is found in respiratory system, it is a kidney tubules, it is found in sweat glands in the skin. So the next is a connective tissue. Connective tissues, the structure and connective tissues are, so as the name suggests, connective tissues. Connective tissues are used to connect the different parts of our body. They are loosely bound cells present in an intercellular matrix. They are in the types of fluid and jelly, dense and rigid. Depending upon the functionality of the connecting tissues, the nature of matrix varies in them. So example of connecting tissues like blood. The main function of blood is to transport gas, food and waste material of hormones in the body. Therefore, blood has a fluid matrix. What? Blood has a fluid matrix present in it, which is called plasma. What we call the blood matrix? We called blood matrix as a plasma. This plasma contains the red blood cells, white blood cells, and the blood platelets, like this: red blood cell, white blood cells, and the platelets of the blood. The RBC have hemoglobin pigments which carries oxygen to tissues. What carries oxygen to tissues? The hemoglobin pigments. White blood cells fight diseases, and platelets are involved in the clotting of blood when injured. What the white blood cells? They protect our body from the diseases, and platelet is involved in clotting of blood. The plasma also contains protein and hormones in it. Next. Now get bones, the second type of connecting tissue, that is bones. Bones form a framework of a body which has muscles and wrapped together. Means which on the bones we have muscles which is wrapped together. The bones tissues is strong and inflexible in nature. What are bones? The bones tissues are strong and inflexible in nature. Means they are not flexible. They do not contain flexibility. Therefore, the bone cells are present in a rigid matrix which is form of calcium and phosphorus. What is in rigid matrix? The rigid matrix, bones are present in a rigid matrix and they form calcium and phosphorus. What is cartilage? Cartilage is present over the joints of the bones and provides them with a smooth structure. See, this is our bones and the cartilage are the soft structure over our bones. Like when we are larynx, see this is the larynx and here we have a smooth bed-like structure, that is our cartilage. For example, nose tip, ear pinna. See, this is our nose tip, this is ear pinna. It is present on ear pinna also. Trachea, larynx. They contain a solid matrix made of proteins and sugar. They are made up of proteins and sugar. They have homogeneous matrix. It provides support and flexibility to various parts of our body. The next is ligaments. The ligaments connect two bones together. See, this is a ligaments that connect. This is a ligament that connects two bones of our body. It has an elasticity which facilitates the connections. The cell of ligaments have a little matrix. And fifth is tendons. The tendons tissues are responsible for connecting bones and muscles together. Our bones and muscles are connecting together with the help of tendons. They have limited flexibility with very great strength. Next, types of connecting tissues. Various types of connecting tissues are areolar tissues. They are found in the skin and muscles around the blood vessel nerve. See, here they are found in the skin and the muscles around the blood cells. This tissue acts as a filter in between the space present inside the organs of the body. What they do? They play a main role to get the filter in between the space present inside the organs. Then the function of areolar tissue, it fills the space inside the organs, support internal organ and help in repairing the tissue. Second is adipose tissue. It is found between the internal organ and below the skin. Internal organ and below the skin. Function, it stores the fats. See, this is the fat, it stores the fats. It acts as a insulator. Next is muscular tissue. The third type of connecting tissue is a muscular tissue. Muscular tissues consist of elongated cells and also called muscles, fiber. This tissue is responsible for movement in our body. By which tissue we can do movement of our body with the help of muscular tissue. We can move our body from one place to another place. The main function of muscular tissue is to provide movement to the body. Muscles contain special proteins called contractile protein which contract and relax to cause movement. Types of muscular tissue: scarified muscles of skeletal muscles, then smooth muscles and cardiac muscles. First is striated muscles, these muscles are also called as skeletal muscles as they are mostly attached to the bones and help in body movement. That's why it is known as striated muscle or a skeletal muscle. Cells are cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleate. Smooth muscles are found in iris of the eyes and the ureters and the bronchi of the lungs. These cells are long, spinal shaped and possess a single nucleus. In cardiac, they help in a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. Cells are cylindrical, branch and nucleates. So, this is the difference between the skeletal muscles and the smooth muscle. The first difference is we can move our body according to our will, and in this we cannot start or stop our body movement. They are also called skeletal muscle as they attach to the bones. They are also called smooth muscles. These are also called striated muscle because of the presence of dark and light bands over them. They are also called unstriated muscles because they do not have any light or dark bands on them. For example, muscles of our hands and legs. For example, the muscles alimentary canal and iris of our eyes. This is the diagram for involuntary control, cardiac muscle tissues, skeletal muscle tissues and the smooth muscle tissues. They are not attached with each other. They are having a space between them. These are all attached and this is nothing but the mixture of these two. Nervous tissue. How do we react to stimuli? Means this is because of nervous tissues present in our body. What is stimuli means to give response by the body to perform an action. So why it is happen? Because the nervous tissues present in our body, they are capable for transmitting information quickly from the brain to different part of our body and vice versa. They can provide a different information to from the brain to our other part of our body or from part of our body to the brain. Therefore, nervous tissues are found in nerves, brain and spinal cord. Nervous tissues is made up of cells called nerve cells or neurons. These neurons connect together to form a nerve of our body. This is the structure of our neuron. Neuron present with nucleus inside in it. See, it is an elongated cell with a cell body that consists of some branches like structure called dendrites. See, this is a dendrites. It's like a structure like a branch of a tree. There is a nucleus present in the center of the cell body. This is the nucleus of a cell body. The nerve ending of the cell are connected with the cell body via axon. See, if they are connected with axon, a nerve cell can be up to 1 meter long. The nerve cell can be up to how meter long? How many meters long? 1 meter long. Next, the structure of the neuron, dendrites, cell body, axon, as we have seen in the diagram. They are tree-like extension. We are seeing in the diagram they have tree-like extension. They increase the surface area of a neuron. They help to increase the area of a neuron. The neuron can have a single dendrites or a multiple dendrites. The neuron can have only single or can be more than one dendrite. That is called multiple dendrites. Cell body. The main function of cell body and the nucleus of a neuron is to maintain the functionality of the cell. It is used to maintain the functionality of the cell. It does not play an active role in the transmission of signals. It produces protein that are required by different parts of the neuron and work properly. Axons are nothing but it is a long structure that connects the cell body to the terminal and also connects with other neuron cells and the organs of the body. In short, axons are used to connect the cells and the organs of our body. It is covered with a special insulating substance called myelin. It helps in a rapid transformation of signals. So, this is the homework for our today's lecture. Explain animal tissues in brief. What we have studied today, we have studied animal tissues. Animal tissues are having 4 types. As we have seen before, animal tissues are divided into 4 types. First is hepatical, connective, muscular and nervous. So have you got it? Thank you.